me clearly. America is not a racist country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think many people in our community have not been paying attention to this particular story. So, some of you may remember, especially if you were into the comic strips, Dilbert. Now, I saw this one out there for many years, but it was just not one of those comic strips that I got really heavily into, like some of the others that I used to like. But the creator of Dilbert did a comic strip and he declared Black people a hate group. And then Mike Pence, yes, Trump's VP, the one on January 6th, people were looking and they were talking about they wanted to hang him on at the insurrection. Yeah, he reared his head to chime in on it. And I'll get into that as well. And remember, Mike Pence is running for president. So I want you to hear the bigotry that came from him behind the whole thing. So, Dilbert creator Scott Adams has defended his racist rants and saw his comic strip dropped by newspapers across America by invoking the Mike Pence rule, claiming bigotry is okay in certain situations. Yes, Mike Pence did say that. All right. In a follow up video on Saturday to his hateful tirades, where he labeled Black people a hate group, Adams sought to explain himself when advised followers and said it was okay to get the F away from people of color to avoid getting in trouble. And you know what? This man probably made millions off of his comic strips. Maybe there was a reason why I wasn't feeling the Dilbert comic strips. I just wasn't. It was just not one of them things I sat down and read, you know. Adam likened his comments to the former VP personal policy, where he said he never dines alone with a woman other than his wife, which many criticized as sexist practice. Adams, however, interpreted the rule as a way for a man to avoid false accusations of sexual misconduct and said his advice about avoiding Black people stems from the same fear of proposed false racism allegations. The embattled cartoonist, however, went further than just defending himself in a new video as he urged everyone to embrace racism in the workplace. So I don't know why you got to urge people to do something that they've been doing for many decades now. Why do you have to urge people about that? I'm just saying, as a personal career decision, you should absolutely be racist whenever it's to your advantage. And that's for men, for women, for Black or white, Asian or Hispanic, he said. Well, I mean, isn't that already happening? You got to advise people on something that's already going on. And no, it's not to Black people's advantage to be a racist on jobs. Give us an example of that. Just give one example. So, anyway, Gannett, the largest newspaper publisher in the US that oversees more than 300 papers, said it would stop publishing the comic immediately following the remarks made by its creator on his online show, Real Coffee with Scott Adams. Lamenting his cancellation on Saturday, Adams bizarrely tried to explain that what he did was the opposite of racism, but also racism. The master of confusion, who disagrees with the idea that you should stay away from pockets of people where the odds are they are not going to like you. He told viewers, once again claiming that he would be a victim of false accusations. Then Adams brought up Pence in his personal dinner practices, which he saw as a way to avoid getting Me Too'd when maybe you didn't Me Too anybody. Adams said, "Do you remember the Pence rule?" The Pence rule was he wouldn't go to lunch or dinner with a woman who was not his wife. Now, do you think that Pence does not like women? Would that be a reasonable conclusion? Is that an anti woman thing? By the way, that's totally right. Here's how I interpret it. It has nothing to do with anything to do with any individual woman. He's not saying this Jezebel want to go to lunch with me. He's not saying that. He's just playing the odds. He just playing a statistical game, Adam said. He used that interpretation to justify his argument, saying the Mike Pence rule would say you're going to get some distance. Now, is that racist? Yeah, by definition. Wow, this dude is a scatterbrain. So, but the race is in a personal success content, which is completely allowable. Well, to who? I mean, I don't have to look at racism by Scott Adams' standard, and neither do you. You don't have to look at racism through anybody's standard other than how you feel and how you interpret it. You don't have to go by anybody else's standards on what racism is. And the people that cause racism are not the ones to come back and tell us what it is. Okay? You can't be on both sides. It doesn't work. All right. So, on the topic of allowable racism, Adams urged anyone to take advantage of bigoted practices to reap rewards. So, be racist in situations to Black people where you will reap rewards. Well, y'all already do that. Why do you need advice on something that you already do? That's what I'm saying. What is he really giving you that you're not already doing? That's my question. One such practice, Adams argued, was affirmative action, claiming that a Black person take advantage of the policy is a racist career decision that he would totally back. If you're making decisions for your own personal life, you can be as racist as you want, he said. That's not illegal. And it's definitely not unethical. One thing I love about these final days that we are in, a lot of times these folks talk like this because they know their entire situation is about to change. There is going to be a shift in power. These folks were never promised, and I said this before, an everlasting rulership, but they want that, but they're not going to get that. And a lot of these people ranting like this, it's a fear. Their spirits feel that things are shifting. They can feel it. This stuff ain't happening. All this CRT and these people running around and sending their kids to school to be racist and all that. They feel this stuff coming. They know it's coming. So I'm seeing straight through what he's doing. All right. Adams, who believed to amass more than $70 million from Dilbert's series of comics, faced intense backlash when he said this on a live stream talk Wednesday. The best advice I could give white people is to get the hell away from black people. This is what he said on a live stream on Wednesday. And that's fine. I really think at this point we need to separate. We have tried the integration thing. We have tried it for many decades and it does not work. And if you feel that it's wrong, then prove that integration has made us closer. Prove that it made us a stronger nation. It hasn't. It hasn't. But see, here's the psychological part of it, y'all. They want to always be the ones to reject us. But when we talk in a manner where we reject them, they get offended. I want y'all to always pay attention to that. See, as long as they're talking like this dude, Scott Adams, oh, yeah, yeah, we don't like black people. Oh, we don't like you. See, they get all empowered. But as soon as we show disdain towards the racism, the system, and all the things that are going on to us, they feel that is rejection from us, and they got a problem with that. And you can just see how deeply psychological the entire thing is. It's all about playing with your mind and trying to keep you in a low self-esteem state of mind. But the problem is, it doesn't work on all. It works on some, absolutely. I won't deny that. But it does not work on all. And those are the ones they hate the most. Because, see, the psychological effects of racism is not working on you. See, you know who it does work on? The raccoons. It works on them because they are trying their best to side with white supremacy in order to be accepted by it. But those of us that are not doing that, they got a problem with you. They created this system. You should just shut up and go along. I don't think so. I don't think so. And see, he got a problem with that. That's all this talk is. He's got a problem with that. He's seeing how much of us are not going along. So he's saying just get the F away whenever you have to just get away. Well, I'm not trying to be around you. So you don't have to ever tell me to go away because I wasn't trying to be around you in the first place. In fact, that's many people within the black community that are not trying to be around you in the first place unless it's absolutely necessary. If not, they're not trying to do it. So you don't have to sit on no soapbox talking like this. He added, there is no fixing this. Well, he's right, but we are not the ones that messed it up. It's people that look like Scott Adams that did that. So this can't be fixed. He's right. You just have to escape. So that is what I did. I went to a neighborhood where there were a low black population, and he did the right thing. That's exactly what he should do if he don't want to be around us. The 65 went on and labeled black people as a hate group, citing a poll that found nearly half of black people are not okay with white people. So he got this from a white supremacist uh website, y'all. That's where he got that from. So take it with a grain of salt. Take that with a grain of salt. So anyway, the hour-long YouTube video was posted to Adam's channel, has 118,000 subscribers. As of Saturday, it went to 142. Right. Okay, which proves the racism right there. On Saturday, Gannett confirmed it dropped Dilbert from, over the controversy. Recent discriminatory comments by the creator, Scott Adams, have influenced our decision to discontinue publishing the comic, the organization said in a statement Saturday to the New York Post. Yeah, because it's too many Black men and women that are customers to many of these publications. And again, they're not going to let a racist mess up their revenue. That's why these companies, when you go full throttle Karen and Darren out in public, they're not going to let you mess up their revenue and their business over your racism and how you feel. That's why they will terminate you as soon as they are brought aware of your rantings or things you've done out in public to Black people. You get automatically terminated. No business is going to let you ruin the entire organization because you want to come out and be a racist. They're not going to let you do it. So, anyway, while we respect and encourage free speech, his views do not align with our editorial or business values as an organization. But you know what, y'all? Let's be real. These publications are racist too. I mean, look, never lose sight. Many of these publications are the same ones that would publish the lynchings and publish all kinds of things, when unarmed Black men and women children get killed out here. Many of these publications side with the police, even when the shooting was unreasonable. But it's amazing how when all 5 cops are Black, they all can unify with the same opinion. You notice how it has shifted and changed all of a sudden? So anyway, the publication putting that out, whatever. So it says, as Gannett, we lead with inclusion and strive to maintain a respectful and equitable environment for the diverse communities we serve nationwide. Yeah, well, I don't need to hear any more cookie cutter statements here. I really don't need it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think. Do I think his publication should be out there? No, I think the newspaper did do the right thing in that regard. But look, this man is allowed to have any opinion he wants. Quite frankly, he doesn't have to worry about staying away from Black people because I've never heard of Black people trying to gravitate towards Scott Adams. In fact, I don't think we even talk about Scott Adams within our community. So I don't know why he is so engulfed in thinking that he needs to separate from us when we ain't thinking about him in the first place. I'm just saying. But y'all, please tell me what you think. I'm not bothered by his opinion. I mean, he can, like I said, he can have any opinion he wants. The bottom line is they're bothered by our opinions. They are. They get self absorbed by our opinion and then claim they're not doing that, but they are, in fact, doing that. And this is why we can't go out and about and be left alone. Okay. What's that saying? We live in their heads rent free. We really do. We really, truly do. But y'all, tell me what you think and let me know if you saw this story out there recently and how you feel about it in the comment section. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.